Without Rob, he's like your main dude.
Yeah, no. Hey, how am I gonna survive without you?
I don't know, I'm like your main dude.
What was that noise?
It sounded like an animal.
Yeah, just relax. Everything.
Phone calls are pouring into the New York One newsroom as a thunderous, roaring sound.
Do you see something on the roof?
What animal sounds like that?
Shaking everywhere, man. It's like tremors.
Looks like you should have left town a little bit earlier.
What is it? Is it coming this way?
I saw it. It's alive. It's huge. No. Anybody see Jason? What the fuck? Oh, God. What the fuck is happening? What's happening? All right, everybody listen up. Listen up. Who took my fucking cell phone, man? Martin, empty your pockets. What? I saw you in the bathroom, man. Somebody down my phone. Shut the fuck up. Unbelievable. It's unacceptable after all the coke I've wasted on you people. Throw it away.
Take your fucking cell phone.
3,
Whoa.
1,
Whoa. Mike,
0. What's happening to me? What's happening?
Oh my God!
Oh, shit, that's embarrassing. Greg, help me!
It's too late for you. You're already in the hole.
What are you talking about?
Get him away.
Sorry.
Jerry! Seth, come on, get your help! Come on, Seth! Oh my God, I'm gonna die! Martin! Oh shit! The fuck? Seats! Get the fuck off me, seats! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Fuck you, Kevin!
Get fucking hands on me! Get your fucking hands!
Where have you been, Joel?
Amy, I love you. I'm gonna come find you. The day of the monster uprising was the day I lost everyone. Only a small fraction of humanity survived to move underground. I've been scanning for Amy the entire time. And now I finally...
First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakodash. Salaki, brothers, I'm a little sick. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who have taught us his truth and stayed rooted in his faith. I want to give a mighty shalom to all the Akim and Aqua out here staying rooted also in this faith and doing what they need to do day in and day out. And Salaki, 144 actually, call Allah Bahashem Yahshua. Today, I wanted to go into Jacob's trouble, just due to the fact of it's a new year, and these are the things we need to be looking at ahead for, right? You have to realize we have to hearken into the day. You have to go through the bad times in order to go to the good. So there's a lot of things that are going to start ramping up. It's a lot of things that you have to keep your eye out for. This is high time to wake up out of sleep. This is high time to stand upon that watch, right? Because we have to realize that the more time ticks, the closer we are to prophecy, the closer we are to that day. It's not going to get, how do I put this? It's going to get better in the long run, but it's not going to get better no time soon, if you see what I'm saying. It's going to get better for the 1/3, the elect, those of you who believe in the Lord, because we know what's to come. But for you, those who don't, it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. Your time is only dwindling down. So I uploaded a few clips from a few different movies just showing you different type of disasters, because I always like to give a visual of what to expect. Now, these visuals aren't always going to be pinpoint accuracy, and I hope no brother or sister thinks it would be, but it's a great description of what we shall see in that day. Turmoil, all types of sedition amongst men, robbery, thievery, raping, screaming, yelling, all types of stuff, people marrying. Same things that were happening in the days of Noah are going to be the same things going to happen in this time when the Lord comes back to visit the earth that he has created. Right? So, knowing these things, what manner of person ought you to be? What type of things should we be doing? This is what we're going to be going to today, because the Lord gave us enough in order to be sufficient until he comes back, right? He told us to tend to the plow. He told us the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. So what are we supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts. We're supposed to be pushing his word every day in and day out. 24 hours throughout the day, you go in there, is somebody on live making a video. It's always going to be a brother going. This doesn't stop. It's like a train with no brakes, only moving forward. All right. So actually, I'll start with 2 Peter, because I already mentioned it. 2 Peter 3 and verse 9. It says, "The Lord is not slack concerning his promise." What is his promise? His promises is the land of Israel to the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that he will give them the land of the honey, the hand of the plentiful. We're going to go back into what the Lord promised us, because you have to realize that the only reason that we're not where we were, is because of what we did. So we have to go through this long journey of order, understanding good and evil. All of this was meant to make us better rulers for when we do get what the Lord has promised us, right? And his promise is to come back and save us. And it said it multiple times. Whoever who do the research, personally refutation, who has died believing on the Lord, right? Because the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. Everything that he says will happen is going to happen. And if you're doing the things that he told you to do, he's going to come back and fulfill his promise in order to keep you away from that temptation, away from that hour, away from all of that. Right? So, like you brothers, I'm not feeling the best. It says, "As some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance." So it's just like the concept of people saying glass half empty, glass half full. It's a perspective thing. Looking at what point of view are you looking at? You can look at the point of view of, damn, he's taking forever, I'm ready to go. Or you look at the point of view as, oh my, this is a beautiful thing. The Lord has gave us a grace period in order to get ourselves right. So when he does return, he's going to fulfill his promise. And everybody, he's letting everybody get right. And when I say everybody, I mean the elect. Once the elect is sealed and the doors are closed, that's when things are going to happen, right? It says, "Not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance." The Lord doesn't want to do away with his people. He's already proven that before. But he has to do away with his people just due to the fact of the mindset and who they follow after. So they're going to have to die like their father Esau, right? But they're going to get reborn in the kingdom of Israel. So, it says, verse 10, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night." Now, that's self-explanatory. A thief in the night. Why do thieves come at night? Because that's the time when people are sleeping. That's the time where it's easier to pray. It's dark. It's harder to see. It's too many elements that go into at night. And the heavens and the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. That great noise is going to be them ICBM missiles ripping through the sound barriers, going through the sky. It shall not miss its mark, right? It says, "And the elements shall melt with fervent heat." Okay, so if this is able to melt elements, what does that mean? Everything here is going to be gone. Everything that you see around you, literally, if you just look around you right now, it's all going to be gone. It's all going to be burnt to a crisp. And first and foremost, not just thinking about everything around you, think about yourself. Do you want to get melted to a fervent heat? Do you want your eyeballs to melt in your eye sockets? Do you want to feel that pain? Do you want to also feel that shame of knowing you to do what the Lord asked you to do until he returned? Right? It says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. The earth also and the works that are therein. Meaning everything on the earth and everything that's in the earth. So it's saying, what I mean by in the earth, I mean the people and everything. There's not going to be anything that's going to get, how do I put this? Avoid that destruction. Unless you've been chosen. It says, seeing then that all things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? All holy conversation and godliness is pretty much a form of conduct. What manner of person ought you to be? You shall be the representation of your Father, the one that is in heaven. He's a godly man. He's a man that walks justly, uprightly. These are the things that you should be mimicking. You should be walking in the might of the Lord, wearing the full armor. Right? These are the things that we have to be recognizing. The Lord is giving you breadcrumbs throughout the scriptures of his likeliness and what he would do. So what do? You filter your life through the scriptures in order to walk how the Lord walked. Right? Because you see, what did the Lord get in the end? He got his crown. He got his throne. If you fulfill the same steps, fulfill the same walk, what would you get the end? He already promised it to you. Everlasting life, immortality, all of these different things that are coming with it. He said, if your desire be in scepters, thrones, and etc. in wisdom of Solomon, I believe it's chapter 6. He said, first obtain wisdom. So these are the things that we have to understand now. This is the period that we're in. Yes, it's a scary period, but it's a beautiful period because there's so much going on at every aspect. You're getting built up in order for for that hour, the greatest battle, the final battle, before you have your forever rest. That's verse 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The coming of the day of the Lord and hastening. What is it hastening? That means we're trying to hurry it along. You have to realize the more we bring it out, the faster that our brothers and sisters are waking up, the faster that this world is going down, the faster the process is going. Because did not the Lord say, I shall speed up the times for the elect's sake? So these are things that we have to realize. The times are finna start moving. Things are going to be like a woman that travaileth. Those contractions, those thumpings, is going to come faster. Right? Slovakia. Crap. And said, hastening to the day of the Lord. So now we have to break it down and understand what is the day of the Lord. A lot of people, if you've been watching me since I started my YouTube, we all know that I love Amos 5. And I love speaking about the day of the Lord. I like speaking about end time prophecies because it has a different type of mindset to it. It has a different type of temperature to it. You got to crank up the heat when you're talking about Jacob's trouble, man. Because people don't understand the seriousness behind Jacob's trouble. You have to realize that you've been living in a resort. Let's call it all paid resort, so-called. A high-class slavery plantation resort. You've been given food I'm not going to say for free, but food when you want it. You've been having hot showers when you want it. You've been having shelter when you want it. You've been having all these things when you want it. What are you going to do when all these things that you've so used to are no longer easily accessible? What are you going to do when the person that are giving you these things has turned his back on you? And the person that you turned your back on for him is no longer wanting to deal with you. So now you're sitting like the monkey in the middle looking like a goofy. Because you don't have any covering. You don't have any protection. And I already said, no man shall glory in the day of the Lord. So you're not going to be able to protect yourself in that day. All right? Yes, you can do all your exercise and you can have all your guns. But at the end of the day, how far will that get you? How far will it get you? You really need to ask yourself that. It says, verse 18, it says, once you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. So, it says, if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, it's just going to be like in these different scenes. The first scene was from the movie called This Is the End. Irony, right? But you're going to be running from one disaster. Say you escape a pack of militiamen. You go into a house. Now you're in a house full of cannibalists, people who like to eat humans, let alone people who don't serve the Lord. So now you're in your second destruction. You escape them. You go into another house. Now you got ex-con and people that escaped prison just sitting there waiting on you. And you're just a damsel in distress. What is going to happen to you? You're going to get taken. So the main point of it is you're not going to escape that judgment. Whatever the Lord has prepared for you is going to come for you. Whatever the Lord has in store for you is going to be fulfilled. The Lord is not a liar. Everything he say will happen. It says, verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light? Even very dark and no brightness in it. It's not going to be no hope, no joy. You have to understand these things. In that day, it's going to be panic, fear. Everybody's going to be on high alert. Everybody's going to have that eerie feeling. You're not going to know whether to trust a man. You're not even going to know whether to trust the people that are around you. Unless you are with brothers of the Lord. People of like-minded spirit. So people like me and the brothers, Lord willing, we're part of that number. And Lord willing, we're protected from that day. But we know that we can trust each other. Because we know that we're all of one like mind. And we all know who we serve. And we all know what was to come. So it's a difference. It's a difference from being with the man of the Lord versus being with men who shall wail like women travaileth. Because it already said in second Esdras that it shall be seditious amongst men. And then not the Lord also said, I came not to bring peace, but I came to bring a sword, to set at variance a son against the father, a mother against her daughter. So the Lord is coming back to wreak havoc. He's come back to destroy this filthiness. He's come back to sort this foul scent. Right? Salakia, man. Oh, I got one more that I wanted out of here. But I got to get that second address too. Salakia. Because I was speaking about this. And I feel like this is something that's very true, too, that needs to be brought out. Because this is one of the main things that's going to happen, too. A lot of people don't understand that. It says Amos 8 and 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the word of the Lord. So you have to realize that that's the scariest famine there is. You can't hear the wise sayings of the Lord. You can't hear the things that shall be the wisdom and knowledge and stability of our times. These are the things that are going to be able to help guide you through that day. And now you can't hear these things anymore. Let alone you won't be able to find these things anymore. So, knowing that he says this, because he put this here for a reason. Knowing that he said this, what should you be doing with your time now? Building up. You need to be building up, putting it in the storehouse. The storehouse, we can call it your mind. We can call it the spiritual bank account, whatever you want. You need to build this up. Because in that day, you're going to need it. It's going to be sufficient. Now, all these other things are going to have a famine too. But he's speaking about the bread of the Lord, the words of the Lord. Right? So you have to keep that in mind. Knowing the times that we are entering, you have to keep that in mind. All right, this is 2 Esdras 15 and verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So when it says the course of their actions, meaning right now, if you go outside, what determines your actions? What determines if you're going to do something to do or not? One, it's going to be a thought process. You're going to think the pros and cons to every situation if you think. So if I go grab this is just all theory, fake. Don't take it and run with it. But if I was to go 144, call it how about Shah. If I was to go get a ski mask, get a gun, hop in a car, go do an armed robbery, what is going to happen after that? I'm going to get arrested. I'm going to have consequences. But once you take away the judicial law, you take away the police, you take away that protection, what stands? You and me. Who's going to stop me now? So that takes away the whole factor of the cons. The only con is life or death. But he's putting that in the power of his hand. Because the only person that control that is me and you now. And if I up quicker than you, I control that because the power is in my hand. All I'm pretty much saying is, without the police and without the judicial system, it's going to be a full-on survival of the fittest, free-for-all. It says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. They're going to have all these cities blocked off, brothers and sisters. And you have to realize that they've been planning this. Everything is set up strategically. If you ever notice that most railroad train tracks are at the beginning or entering of a city or different things, or you have highways that you can easily put a block off. Now they can't get out of there. Chicago has the bridge where if they lift the bridge up and they just turn off the power, what are you going to do? It's different things. Or if you look at apartment houses nowadays that there are only one exits to the or two exits to the whole building. Or you got these high-tech apartments where it's literally all electronic, no real keys. So if the power shuts down, what happens? Everybody's locked inside their homes. It's a prison. They're setting up it as a prison already. You just don't realize that you're paying for your own sale. You're paying for your own capture. It says, verse 18 says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So men are going to be doing this because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. Hard times. People, you already see people go stupid and act different off just not eating for, a few hours? How do you think that person's going to not act when he hasn't eaten a few days? You have to realize during the time of kings, it was parents eating their children. They've showed these things. Everything I speak of, and these are not even my words, everything that the Lord puts in his Bible has all been shown. You have to realize that these directors, they get all of their inspiration from the Bible. So a lot of these movies that you're seeing, they're just predicting. They're showing you. They're making you understand that you're going to get, what's it called? What is it called? I can't think of that word. pretty much you're no longer gonna be sensitive to seeing these things, desensitized. You're not gonna be sensitized to these things anymore. Seeing these things is gonna be feel like seeing a basket going to a hoop. It's gonna be natural. You're gonna get so used to it. You're gonna get used to that putrid smell. You're gonna used to seeing bodies in the streets. Just like back in Europe with the Black Plague. Do you think that they weren't used to seeing that stuff or smelling that? These are all things that we're gonna have to get used to. The difference is, Lord willing, if I stay down this path, Lord willing, I have a chance at being a part of that elect. Lord willing. And Lord willing, I have a chance at getting saved from that same tribulation. So these are things we have to understand and hearken upon. Knowing that all these things are to come, what should we be doing? We should be out there fighting to get on the highways and byways. Preaching with your loudest roar. These words and wisdom from the Lord. These warnings from the Lord. Because did he not say give them warning from me? That's all it is. It's like we're the paramedics. We're the police of the Lord, though. We're giving a spiritual warning. Not everybody can hear that sound. You have to have that antenna. You have to have your radio connected to that station to hear that tune of the Lord. Right? These are the things, brothers and sisters, that we have to be harking upon, staying upon. This race isn't over. We're in the last stretch, last 150 meters, just roughly track paraphrasing. Right? This ain't time to slow down. This ain't time to take a rest. This is time to push through, empty the gas tank, run through that line. Right? The Lord is in your corner. Remember that. Isaiah 41:10. I will uphold thee with my right hand of righteousness. Who is that? That's Yahweh Shai. He's building you upon that rock. He's giving you the notion to want to build upon that rock. Right? And it's funny. I just watched a scene. It was from, I was going to put in this video. I decided not to, but it was from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Cyborg's origin story. And on his jersey, it said stone and number 7. Number 7 meaning the number of completion. Stone is another pretty much term for rock. Right? Just like when they say Stone Age, you know what that means. And if you know anything about Cyborg, pretty much in that same scene, that's when chaos happened. But he made it to the touchdown. So it's like he had to fight in the video. He had to fight his way to the touchdown. Pretty much meaning he had to go through hurdles, obstacles, stumbling blocks. All these different things that are going to come in your way to try to stop you from getting to the end zone. It's the same thing that's going to happen to us, brothers and sisters. It's all types of stuff. Wide is the way and broad is the gate that leads to destruction. But see, we're doing the straight gate. We're going through the straight path. So you have to keep your eye tunnel vision. You have to keep your eye focused on the prize, right? So I didn't want to make this video long. I just wanted to go over it real quick. And Lord willing, this was edifying. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth. I want to give a mighty, mighty shalom to all the Akim Aquas and rooted in this faith, man. Shalom.